The Chicago Bulls don't get a victory in their second summer league game, but Buzelis shines in the second night in a row for the Chicago Bulls. We're going to talk about him plus the other Chicago Bulls that had a big game tonight in their loss to the Golden State Warriors. We're going to get into all that and more, but first, we got to play that intro.
Tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
I see red, I see red, I see red, I see red, yeah, I see red, I see red, I see red, I see.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this game, y'all. Buzelis shines in this game for the Chicago Bulls, 28 points, flashing every bit of the well-rounded offensive game that he brings to the table. This was one of the games where he still didn't shoot the ball overly efficiently. 10 of 22, not terrible either. 28 points, five rebounds in this game, 2 steals on top of it. But you got to see the way Buzelis scored tonight. And what did I talk about? It's about the process, not necessarily the stat when you're looking at summer league play. Buzelis in this game showed everything. 4 of 8 from three-point range, hitting some step back three-pointers in defenders' faces. Of course, that separation may not be the same in the NBA level, but it's about the process and what he uses to get there. Always moving without the ball. Buzelis is just such an intelligent player that I think that's what you're seeing the most on display here for Buzelis is the intelligence that he has on that offensive side of the ball. And defensively, it wasn't bad for Matas at all tonight either, right? On ball was a little bit better than what it was the night before. But the decisiveness offensively. He is, I think it was Doug Tonis who, after the first game, tweeted that Buzelis is the anti-Patrick Williams. And I initially looked at that and was like, come on, Doug, let's not do it that way, bro. But then in looking at this just objectively, how passive Patrick Williams can be on offense, Buzelis is aggressive in those areas. And I'm not comparing the players overall or anything like that. They're very different. Matas is more offensive. Patrick Williams is more defensive. But Buzelis just does not back down offensively. And you see how he's thinking over the course of the game all the way. He is just a dog. Very high IQ player. He understands how to take angles. He knows when he has that inside shoulder on a player that he can get to the rim. We saw dunks in this game by Buzelis. We saw step back three-pointers. We saw the floater game in the mid-range. Buzelis is such a polished offensive player. The one thing at that next level in the NBA that we're looking for him to really kind of shore up is that three-point shot if he can do that consistently. And I'm telling you right now, if Buzelis can develop a consistent three-point shot, he is going to be a monster offensively in the NBA. It's going to like the length, the size that he has as well to get over defenders, that float game. The one thing that we didn't see in this game tonight that we do know that he has is also that hesitation shot that he has. A lot of times we didn't get to see a lot of that. The floater we got to see a little bit of as well. But listen, this guy is a well-rounded player. Buzelis is so advanced right now, and it's good to see kind of that development from game 1 to game 2. It's about, again, the process on how he gets there. Matas does not shy away from anything as far as being a prioritization of that offensive side of the ball. So, you got to love that. The mid-range game is going to be there for him as well at the NBA level. But let's not focus just on Buzelis in this game. Adama Sanogo, who started this game, he came off the bench last game, didn't get double-digit rebounds in this game. But again, Sanogo continues to show how he uses his size, how he uses his strength as well in the middle. 8 rebounds, 16 points. He was tied for the highest plus-minus on the team. He also had 1 block, 2 steals. I'm telling y'all right now, Adama Sanogo is a monster, bro. The future of Adama Sanogo may just be a high-level big man coming off the bench, but you're even seeing it in this game from Sanogo, his ability to play in the pick and roll. That was one of the more concerning things for him coming out of college, is how well he was going to adapt to the speed on the pick and roll in the NBA. We haven't seen it a whole lot of the NBA level, but in the G League, in the Summer League, he's shown that he has the intelligence mixed with enough speed and length to be able to be pretty solid in that pick and roll offense, pick and roll defense for the Chicago Bulls. But again, Sanogo, he just understands his role so well. He understands his strengths. He doesn't try to do too much. And those are all things that I mean in an extremely positive light for Adama Sanogo. He's just a dog as well. Like, and that 16 points going 6 of 11 from the field. You just saw Sanogo, much like Buzelis, understands where and when to be on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. And he just understands how to operate in space. He understands when he has the advantage. He doesn't hesitate to take advantage of it. He does call for the ball as well. Adama Sanogo could be a diamond in the rough for the Chicago Bulls team, and it's one that I hope that the Bulls are ready to start using if need be, because I tell you what, you can't keep Adama Sanogo hitting on two-way contracts for too long because somebody's going to come for him eventually. So hopefully the Bulls are prepared for that because, listen, the guy, now he did have 10 fouls in this game. That is something to look at, right? You get a lot of fouls in G League competition, but outside of the fouling in that, Adama Sanogo played really well in this game. Not a big stat night for Julian Phillips tonight. He goes 1 of 9 in 30 minutes, 5 points. He did have a really good assist to Matas Buzelis dunk in this game, but he finishes with 4 rebounds, 2 assists, one steal, 1 block. I like that he was able to still contribute, even though his shot wasn't falling, going 1 of 9. But Julian Phillips got to shoot better from the field in this one. Not the best game that we saw from him before in Julian Phillips, but that kind of is what it is when it comes down to it. Much better game for Henry Drell tonight. 12 points for him. He was in that starting lineup going 4 of 9, 1 from 3 from three-point range. It's getting to the point where I think Henry Drell and Andrew Funk, for that matter, may not be on two-way contracts for the Chicago Bulls next season. Andrew Funk, 5 minutes, 0 for 2. To me, I'd almost rather give that to Stewart at this point. He has 15 points as a starting point guard, 9 assists, really good defensively as well. Not a great night, but really good defensive night for him. And despite Drell's 12 points, it was just kind of and it was better than last night's game, but still kind of Domas hasn't really done anything for the Bulls in Summer League yet, which I guess could put it at jeopardy of him getting that last two-way spot as well. And Javonte Smart we really got nothing off our bench tonight. Despite, Knight, Domas, and Smart having double-digit minutes, we had a total of 6 points off the bench tonight for the Chicago Bulls in this Summer League game. So not really much to shine on there, but I do think Andrew Funk may have to get his funky ass on at some point if we're just being 100% honest there. So we'll see what happens in that one. But overall, like I said, things to pull away from this one. Matas Buzelis has tons and tons and tons of potential, and I can absolutely see him becoming one of the Bulls' fans' favorite players over the course of his rookie season. If you remember, and I know it didn't end this way, right? But if you remember how during Lauri Markkanen's rookie season, how it started off with Bulls fans really like, all right, who is this kid we got back for Jimmy Butler, and when is Zach LaVine going to come and make his debut after ACL injury? That was really what the mindset was going into that season after trading Julian Phillips. But then about 20 games into the season, people started realizing that, hey, this Lauri Markkanen kid may be legit, right? And I think Buzelis may have a similar impact next year on the Chicago Bulls fans and on the team, is where people initially are like, hey, this Montas kid, is he legit? Like, is he real? But then by a couple of 10 to 15 games into the season, if he hits that stride, I think Bulls fans are going to really love Matas Buzelis for his hustle, his IQ, the highlight. He's going to get a lot of highlights, whether it be dunks on the fast break playing with Josh Giddey, Ayo Dosunmu, whether it's the block shots, the weak side block shots that he gets. Buzelis is going to be a Bulls fan favorite not too shortly into his first year. Just watch what I tell you guys there. I would not be surprised at that. But in Adama Sanogo, like at some point we need to get loud. Sanogo deserves some minutes at the NBA level. Like, this guy's going to go to the G League this year on a two-way contract, and he's going to look like a physical beast. He's going to get 20 and 12 again easily. And he's just sitting there in the G League. I'm not in no way saying he's going to be this great player at the NBA level, but I do think he can contribute for you. And that's something the Bulls, a team that does lack some size, is definitely going to have to look at. But let's go ahead and get your guys' comments. Let's see how you guys are feeling tonight. Deshae, just Matas. Yes, absolutely. Matas going to be real nice. He already is, bro. Like it's Matas Buzelis is a really good player. That's what I like to see from Matas. Agree with you, Sal. Completely agree with you. Matas the prey mantis is looking good. That's funny. Is that his nickname, or did you just make that up? MC season. We may have to coin that before Stacey King gets a chance and people say Stacey came up with it. Matas from Face Vigilance fell in the draft because he can't shoot and does that. Listen, I'm telling you right now. The whole the purpose of the draft process is to overanalyze these players, right? So I want to be clear there. That is the whole entire process, point of the draft. You want to overanalyze every player, but then I think sometimes what you see in the NBA is that people overthink things, right? And so Matas Buzelis could be one of those guys. I'm not willing to say it yet. I got to see what he's going to do at the NBA level, how he's going to adapt to that physicality with his size, how he's going to put on size over the course of his first couple of years. But Buzelis does definitely have the potential to be a steal in this draft. Billy Donovan the third, Billy D the third, worse than Billy D. We got a number 11 pick we don't run plays for until it's garbage time. I mean, listen, the point of Summer League isn't to all of a sudden make a star player. The point of Summer League in a lot of ways is to teach, is to help jumpstart your young players kind of understanding of the system. So just look at there. We'll see what he brings elsewhere, but I'm not mad at the job Billy Donovan III's doing. I'm not. General managers will be sick. They pass on Matas. Hey, let's hope so. Let's really hope so. We got Shay in the building says Buzz needs to be a little bit more efficient. I mean, yeah, but that's going to come, right? Y'all got to remember, Derrick Rose had a terrible summer league. Not just bad, a terrible summer league. So, we'll see. We'll see. That the point of summer league is summer league's a sloppy brand of basketball anyway, if we're being honest. What Matas has shown me is that he is very competitive, and the Bulls need players like that. And his ability to move off the ball, that is something that screams out to me so much, because we just aren't a team that consistently gets movement off ball. Alex Caruso, Javonte Green were two of the best players that we had on our roster at that. Lonzo when he was healthy, but we know Lonzo hasn't been. And then I think Ayo really started being better at that over the course of the season, right? But so having two of those players that were really good at it, and Javonte and AC gone, it's good that you see a rookie coming in with that, and hopefully that's something that becomes contagious in this new system that the Bulls are going to be running. So Xander says step back three at the end was tough. Man, listen, Matas is nice, bro. He's nice, man. That guy Matas is nice. Hey, listen, I'm glad everybody's liking that. Matas got that dog in him. Yep, he definitely got that dog in him, that's for sure. I like the confidence from Matas after a bad play. He doesn't give up. If he puts in the work, he can go far. And listen, and that's one of the things that you're looking for in the draft, right? You're looking for players with the mentality that you believe that they're going to tap into all of their, as close to all of their potential as possible. Jimmy Butler had it, right? He had that right away. You knew when you saw Jimmy Butler on the court, even at times when Jimmy Butler's offense looked like trash his first 2 years in the league, but you knew that he had that dog. And you remember when Jimmy Butler, the first time where I really realized, like, hey, Jimmy Butler's going to be a player in this league, was when he was used to guard Carmelo Anthony. And this is when Carmelo was almost at the height of his powers. And Coach Tibbs trusted him to guard Carmelo Anthony at those times. I'm not saying Matas is that defensively at all, but I'm saying that Matas has a level of aggression and poise offensively that you just trust he's going to tap in to most of his potential offensively for sure. And he's no slouch defensively at all. He's going to struggle his first year defensively because of a physical standpoint. But from what I've seen so far from Matas, I'm not worried about him being one of those players that doesn't give effort on the defensive end. And I think that goes a long way, because most of the defense is effort. The physicality, adding on some weight over time, that could definitely be something that he does for his first couple of years. I know it's summer league, but if he can be consistent, we might have gotten a steal in Matas. I completely agree with you, Mick. So, no notes on that one. We got Nate in the building, says Sanogo needs to be on the roster. A lot of Bulls fans are going to agree with you on that one. A lot of you are going to agree with you. Bro, Matas Buzelis has winner written all over him. You can tell he might have that clutch gene too. He damn near couldn't miss in the fourth quarter. If he missed at all, did it against 3 NBA players too. Hey, that's a fact as well. When you're looking at Trace Jackson Davis in this game, Podzinski's in this game, right? So Yeah. So we got to see if it's going to continue, man. But let's hope so. Let's hope so. Big Diesel says Matas has to work on leading a fast break, but everything else was solid. Well, he won't. That won't be his role here. Like Matas is joining a team that your ball handlers. You have three players that are going to handle the ball more in fast break than Matas Buzelis. That's going to be Josh Giddey, Kobe White, and Io DeSumo. And the reason why that's good is that they're all solid rebounding guards as well. Now, I will say this. Absolutely, you want, because Matas is going to get rebounds, you want him to be able to lead the fast break. So I'm not saying he doesn't need to work on it, but if that's something that's a little rough for him to start off his NBA career, we're kind of in a position to weather that pretty nicely, I think, personally. So RW says intelligence and hustle is a nice mix. No notes. Matas is a dog. He's effortless. I mean, no, that's the thing though. He's given tons of effort, and that's what you like about him a whole lot, man. Skokes in the building says, "Holy smokes, Matas!" Hey, man, yeah, really nice game from Matas, man. Henry Drell shoot too much. He had a major green light. Yeah, I mean, Henry Drell, bro. Like I said, I'm Henry Drell and Andrew Fuck. Get them both off. Honestly, I'd rather than have Andrew Funk right now. I'm sorry, him too, than having Henry Drell. I would have rather the Bulls kept Raekwon Gray and given him an opportunity in this summer league to play. Could you imagine Raekwon Gray in a front court with Adama Sanogo? Yeah, they're both undersized, but come on, man. That's bully ball. That's what that is. Raekwon Gray at what, 6'8", 230 pounds? That's just bully basketball, man. I would love to have seen a little bit of that. Buzelis gives me bad shot taking vibes. What? Not to me, man. Not to me. Leave Drell in Vegas. He don't need that flight home. Yeah, bro. I'm over the Henry Drell thing. I'm kind of over it, bro. Corn says, I love Sanogo's game, King. Hey, listen, Sanogo, he's a traditional big man in skill set, not in height, right? We know he's only 6'9", but he has that over 7-foot wingspan. He's just a play. Like, he's the type of physical player that we love in Chicago. Like, what Sanogo brings physicality-wise, Bulls fans will really love. Eco Bean, Sanogo has to develop a jumper. No, if you watched the G League last year, Sanogo has a jumper. He actually has a up to a 3-point jumper. Sanogo can hit a jump shot. That's not the problem. Now, it's slow still, right? But he has a jumper. They just don't use it because that's not necessarily his strength. But if Sanogo, if on a pick and roll, the guard draws in the defense to the rim, if they kick it out to Sanogo, he can hit a mid-range shot really, really good. I'm not worried about Sanogo's jump shot at all. Sanogo knows how to use his body in the paint. Completely agree with you there. Sanogo guards on the perimeter too. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, yeah, like that's when, to me, I knew that Sanogo, it's not a question on, hey, he needs some NBA. No, Sanogo needs NBA minutes right now. We got some real dogs that have potential to make some noise in the future for this team. Completely agree with you, Vaughn. Completely agree with you, bro. When watching Sanogo at the free throw line, his shot looks quicker. Yeah, I mean, at the free throw line, yeah, but that's a bit of a different situation. Sorry, but Drell had 3 fouls in the first 5 minutes of the game. Drell's trash. Like I said, over the Henry Drell experiment. Over it. Jalen Smith had to develop a jumper coming out of Maryland. Hopefully, Sanogo develops one too. Otherwise, he's feeling no. That's just wrong. Eco Bean, you're just talking about something you clearly haven't watched. Go and watch his G League games last year, bro. He can hit a jump shot. That's not the problem at all. If Kevin Knox can play in summer league, Dalen Terry needs his ass out there. Well, Kevin Knox is trying to make it back into the NBA. Also appreciate the love on Hoops Legion Pod. You look out. You really the guy you say you are, one of the realest. Hey, listen, I told everybody I am no different in real life on this show than I am in real life. Anybody who meets me will tell you to say I'm the same crazy motherfucker in real life that I am on these shows. Fact says I totally agree. Sanogo needs to be in the rotation. I mean, that's just what I think at this point, man. Sanogo's ceiling is Robert Williams III. Steve-O hates him. That's very different games, man. But I mean, Great to see you, Haize. Ready to see how these young guys develop. Yeah, I mean, listen, that's the point of going younger, right? Is that's part of the journey is to really see these guys develop and see what they're going to be able to turn into, man. Matas should work with dribble too much to polish his handles. Well, I mean, Matas actually has some pretty good handles, but I mean, working with dribble too much can't hurt, right? Now, let's not act like dribble too much is all. So let's not forget Patrick Williams worked with dribble too much 2 summers, and he still needs to tighten up their handle a little bit. So it's not like it's the cheat code, right? That you can just send them to dribble too much, and all of a sudden, that they're there. Says call me crazy, but I think Buzelis got potential to get Rookie of the Year if Zach is gone. I mean, we'll see. I don't know if he's that's the thing though. Like rookie of the year comes so down in numbers, right? And like there are going to be rookies that are way higher prioritized in the offense than even if Zach's gone. I still think Montas is probably still going to be third at best, probably even fourth, maybe offensively. But we'll see. You never know. You never know. He's going to be. Yeah, he's definitely going to be a problem. Definitely going to be a problem. Sanogo is the Shaquille O'Neal, Shaquille O'Neal of Andre Drummond's. That's hilarious, but I know exactly what you mean. But no, see, no, that's wrong. I was gonna say that, but that wouldn't have gone over well. Yo, I have to show you. Did you see Zach Edey? You ready to pay up? No, yeah, it's summer league, bro. Like I said, I even said it in the positives here. I need to see him do it at the NBA level, bro. That's it. He's not going to be in a rookie of the year conversation though, which I believe was our bet, right? I can't even remember the bet. I have to go back and look on it. But all right, y'all, man. I appreciate you guys so much, man. You guys are amazing, bro. Thank you for support. I did not expect to have 500 something people in here at almost midnight Chicago time. But hey, everybody is really excited about Montas Buzelis, and he gave a lot of more reason for excitement tonight. Let's see how that's going to continue to develop and grow for him. But he's showing a lot of things, right? And nothing's going to be perfect. He's going to have some struggles his rookie year, regardless. But I love what Matas is really starting to show us right now. And we got to see if it's going to continue, man. But I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow morning with the daily episode as we are every single day. Like I like to end every episode on, make sure you guys are following the show at Bull Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. That's thanks to you guys. Now I like to end every episode on, man. Go Bulls. Love you guys. See red if you can, y'all.